being into these rooms you have to be strategic and you have to be real with your clients. And your clients be real with you. I have some clients be like, hey, when we go here, you don't talk to nobody. You're not here for them. You're here for me, me only. No, you're not here to sell your book. You're not here to sell your name. You're not here to do anything. You're just here to work for me. Then I have other clients be like, oh yeah, Kyerra is real trade, laid back, meet the room, network. But I'm still learning how to network. I haven't figured that out yet.
Really?
No.
So when you paint the picture for me. When you get into a room, what do you do?
And it's crazy because I love talking to people. I can talk to people all day.
Wow.
But talking about myself, or even because for me, I also feel awkward too because I'm still working, and I don't want my client to feel as though I'm working for them to use them to get somewhere else. If that makes sense. So that's why I say I'm very strategic in how I do that. And I also communicate with my clients too, because I never want them to feel like, oh, you just my assistant to get to the next level. No, not at all. That's not what I'm, because I genuinely want to be an assistant. I genuinely love doing what I do.
Yeah.
And sometimes they just come to me. So sometimes I don't have to necessarily have to network or do the most, if you want lack of a better word. But for me, when I walk into a room and like somebody was like, here, go to a networking mix, and I was like, huh? Like I cringed because I'm like, huh? Oh. That makes me nervous because I'm so used to being behind the scenes.
Yeah. And welcome to another episode of Finding Your Niche with Niche. I'm your host, Niche, and today I'm talking to really somebody who I consider one of the underdogs of the industry, helping other influencers and celebrities really succeed in their businesses and thrive. Sitting with me today is Kyerra Weldon, professional and celebrity assistant. Thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you. That was the best introduction I heard in a long time.
Well, it's true.
I'm going to start doing that. Professional and celebrity. I like that.
Okay.
Because I never really know like what to say. I'll be like, dun, dun, dun. So I like that. We're
Okay.
gonna just shorten it.
Well, I like your story, and I'm so glad to sit with you and learn more about what you have to say and how you kind of been able to navigate in this space. Yes. So thank you so much for coming on. I want to start off by asking you, because every time I hear the word assistant, like I said, it's one of those kind of like unsung heroes, right? One of those positions that's considered an unsung hero because you guys do so much.
Yes.
So what would you say is your definition of being an assistant?
I think an assistant is somebody who, for one, has to be passionate about what they're doing. And I was blessed to get this gift from God to be able to assist people and to organize their lives and to send them reminders and to send them calendar invites for their meetings and to take meeting notes and to put up with their multiple personalities in one day, to multitask. An assistant is a lot. Assistant is somebody who is okay being in the background and doing the work and being that backbone for that particular client or celebrity or whoever that person may be. Yeah,
I love that. What would you say are some of the most, I guess, intricacies that it takes to become a quote-unquote successful assistant?
Ooh, these are some good questions. Like I said, for one, you have to be able to multitask. You have to be a good communicator. I know that says like very cliche, like when you gotta be able to communicate, but no, you physically have to know how to communicate, verbal and nonverbal. Majority of my job is text messaging, emails, and talking on the phone all day. Whether I'm calling for my client for another vendor or I'm talking to my client. Like I have some clients who don't even live in Atlanta, so we do virtual calls. So Zoom and FaceTime is my best friend. And so communication, being able to multitask, being organized, being able to double check your work, and also it's okay to make mistakes. Just don't make a lot of them. I tell people I make a mistake every single day. Every single day I make a mistake, and every day I learn something. because all of my clients are different. They all have different personalities. They all like their email sent a certain way. They like their formats to be different. And then this person over here be like, here, just get it done. I don't care how you get it done.
Yeah.
So it's just learning people and learning personalities and learning how to intertwine their life, your life, and somewhere in the middle.
I love that. So with all of like the different nuances that you explained, like having practical skills and even some tactical skills, at what point did you kind of like find your footing? Because I'm sure it took a while to like navigate all these different personalities, all the different needs and wants. When did you kind of like get into the groove of doing it and doing it effortlessly?
To be honest with you, today. And I know that sounds crazy, but I started assisting. I graduated from college in 2017. I got an internship at Atlanta Voice in 2018 because I moved back home because life was life in California. Long story short. And so I moved back home. I started assisting in 2018, but I'm just now in 2023. One, starting to see the fruits of my labor. One. Two, starting to successfully handle multiple clients at one time. And I still have a 9-to-5 job.
Wow.
So that's why I say now. So because at first, back in 2020, before the pandemic, I was still working my 9-to-5 job, but I only had one client. And we end up not working together anymore because honestly, I couldn't handle it. I couldn't do both at the same time. And she was like, Kyerra, like you falling asleep behind a wheel. Like I was just wilding. I was trying to do it all. And Kyerra, you can't. You're just one little person. But now I'm at that point to where now I want to have a team. I want to give back. I want to teach other people how to be assistants because it really is something that could be worthwhile and not just monetary. I've been able to travel places I never thought because of my clients. I've been able to meet different people and be in rooms that I never would imagine myself being in just from being an assistant. And so it's not even from like, oh, you taking like their contacts, and no, they just literally be like, oh, hey, how are you? How you doing it? You're just networking, and then things lead to that, and that leads to something else, and so yeah, I would say today.
Okay.
In July of 2023.
That's okay. Get into it. I love it. Okay, so with that being said, I think that's a huge point in what you just said on like learning how to be strategic with your positioning because your position, what you do is one of those roles where you're kind of like, you see a celebrity, but then very, very close near them, or somebody who's an executive or even just an influencer nearby, they're always going to have an assistant. And so you're always in the room with them by default because you're there to kind of meet their needs, but you also have the privilege and the opportunity to leverage their network. So can you talk to me a little bit about that and how you're able to navigate that space? Because when you hear being an assistant, it sounds stressful, but that perk kind of like makes me feel like, oh, maybe I should be getting into that space too so I can get into these rooms.
So being into these rooms you have to be strategic and you have to be real with your clients. And your clients be real with you. I have some clients be like, hey, when we go here, you don't talk to nobody. You're not here for them. You're here for me, me only. No, you're not here to sell your book. You're not here to sell your name. You're not here to do anything. You're just here to work for me. Then I have other clients be like, oh yeah, Kyerra is real trade, lay back, meet the room, network. But I'm still learning how to network. I haven't figured that out yet.
Really?
No.
So when paint the picture for me. When you get into a room, what do you do?
And it's crazy because I love talking to people. I can talk to people all day.
Wow.
But talking about myself, or even because for me, I also feel awkward too because I'm still working, and I don't want my client to feel as though I'm working for them to use them to get somewhere else, if that makes sense. So that's why I say I'm very strategic in how I do that. And I also communicate with my clients too, because I never want them to feel like, oh, you just my assistant to get to the next level. No, not at all. That's not what I'm, because I genuinely want to be an assistant. I genuinely love doing what I do. And sometimes they just come to me. So sometimes I don't have to necessarily have to network or do the most, if you want, lack of a better word. But for me, when I walk into a room and like somebody was like, here, go to a networking mixer, and I was like, huh? Like, I cringe because I'm like, huh?
Oh.
That makes me nervous because I'm so used to being behind the scenes.
Yeah.
Like, me promoting my book right now and doing these interviews has been very interesting. Because my mentor, who's also my publisher, was like, here, like, your book's not gonna sell themselves. Like, you gotta go out there and talk about it. And I'm like, but at the same time, I don't want to be that person, because y'all know this is Atlanta. So in Atlanta, everybody feel like they're somebody. Yes, everybody is somebody, but I don't want to be that person or that brand to be like, well, she's an assistant, but she also trying to be the fame, the talent too. No, I'm not. I just want to sell my book while I'm making money over here. I want to be able to help you too. I just want to do both. But in Atlanta, it's hard because people feel like you out for a vendetta, or you out to get them, or you out to step on their toes, or use they. No. No. I am here because God put me here, and this is just the timing that things are happening for me right now.
Yeah. So, I love that.
It's weird. Being an assistant it's very weird. It's like a double standard, because it's like, I want to be somebody too, but I only want to be somebody to a certain degree too. Like my clients, like how when you did the first that conversation, you was like, I don't interview people of the same field. My clients the exact same way. I will never have 2 actors. I will never have 2 publicists or 2 singers, or no, because this person gonna be like, I ain't using my stuff to give it to them. I don't have time. And I don't want to be in nobody's courtroom. I don't have money for that. I'm not paying for no lawyer. I'm not doing none of that. So to make my life easy and my pockets easy, 1 person per industry. That's it. We're going to just keep it like that. I have time to be playing with people today.
I love that. Okay, so another part of your story that I think is really cool, which I commend you on, you're a college graduate. Your degree, though, is in theater and
public relations. So, yes, I have a degree in PR. And sometimes being an assistant goes hand in hand with PR.
Sure.
Yes, it does. However, Kyerra does not like being a publicist. I hate it.
Really?
Yeah, no, it's not for me. It's not for me. I don't, no. I personally wanted to be more valuable. Not saying publicists aren't valuable, because they are. But sometimes publicists are only valuable for a particular project or for a particular time period.
That's a good point.
I wanted to be an asset where they can use for a lifetime. And I do have clients where I just do for a project, or like hire me just for 3 months,
some
or 6 months, some one-offs. But a lot of my clients I've been working with since 2018.
Wow.
2017.
That's dope.
Yeah. So it's like, I wanted more. I wanted my impact to be more. I wanted to be able to leave a stronger legacy behind. And I thought assisting, and I was better at assisting anyway than I was being a publicist. I'm just being
That's
real.
what I'm going to ask you. Like, tell me the story of the moment that you realized, okay, I think I want to get into being an assistant.
I realized that in college. When my professor was like, Kyerra, I need you to write 5 pitches and I need them in a day. What? I don't even want to do that. But I was also working at the radio station as a promotions assistant.
Oh.
I loved going to work as an assistant. So then I started to figure out, like, this is what I like. This is what I want to do. I want to be in the entertainment industry in some form or fashion. And then, of course, just like there's multiple types of assistants, there are multiple types of publicists. But none of them just seemed me.
Yeah. Educate me a little bit in the industry in itself, because when it comes to assistants, like, are there a lot of agencies that provide assistance, or is it more of kind of like entrepreneurial contractor kind of space?
It's a little bit of both.
Okay.
So you have a corporate assistant, which is like obviously executive assistant, who's on the corporate side.
Okay.
And then you do have a couple agencies where they're literally websites where you go and apply to be an assistant, and they still contract you out to work for another company or for another client. But of course, then using those platforms, you're still having to pay them their percentage, and then you get the rest of your pay. And speaking of agency, I'm actually in the process, hopefully by the end of 2024, I will have my own agency.
Wow.
Because, I'm taking baby steps.
Yes.
Everything is in baby steps. Baby step 1, the book, which is the formula to be an assistant.
Yeah.
And then after that, being able to provide jobs for people. And to educate, especially my audiences in particular was college students. Because this is something you can do from your dorm room. This is something you can do at the coffee shop. This is something you can do while you're at Starbucks for a day. This is something you can do while you're on the beach. It's something you can do, be an assistant from anywhere. Once you find your niche of how you want to do it and what lane you want to be in. There's beauty assistants who focus on when you go get your hair braided. That girl who don't have a license but she know how to braid, that's an assistant. And they have jobs for that. There are literally hair salon assistants and beauty assistants. There's so many types of assistants, from executive to virtual to personal to corporate to production assistant. Once you find your niche, and as far as how you want to maneuver as an assistant, then it becomes a little bit easier. I was blessed to where I didn't have to go the agency route because I've been blessed in a lot of ways. And I say that because I've never had to pay a lot of money for Facebook ads or Instagram ads to promote myself. I literally have had clients from word of mouth, from referrals, to just being at the right places at the right time. To God, I need a client to pay this rent this month. Fell right in my lap.
Wow.
And so I've been very blessed and grateful for the space that I'm in. And I'm now ready to help other people, other females, males, anybody, single mothers, stay-at-home moms, wives.
I love
another
that.
Source of income. Come on.
So when you talk about that, because like you're saying, there's different, avenues for you to become an assistant and to thrive in it, but you chose the entrepreneur route to start your own business, Pearls and Cuffs.
Yes.
Talk to me, Pearls and Cuffs Assisting. Talk to me about the inception of that and what that has been like for you so far.
From start to finish?
Okay, first, just talk to me about the start.
So my start, again, very blessed. Like I said, I went to school in California State University. I'm from Atlanta, so I moved back home. When I moved back home, because the radio station actually got bought out, so I ain't have no job. So it just made sense for me to move back home. So when I moved back home, I couldn't find a job. I was very depressed, in a dark place, because I'm like, this is not what they tell you in college. They tell you graduate, you're going to find you a job, you're going to be successful, you're going to be whoop. No, that's not how none of that went. No. And so I end up interning. I'm going to start from the bottom. And I worked at the Atlanta Voice off Pryor Street.
Wow.
It is to me, the only black-owned newspaper is still thriving. And I worked under Jay Nash. Jay Nash was actually, who was the one who believed in me, actually told me about assisting and bought my business license.
Wow.
Yep. She said, hey, I want you to think of a name. I want you to think of what you can do with it. And I believe in you. And this is something that you can do for the rest of your life here because you're really great at it. And I was just her intern, answering emails and phone calls and taking pictures of her at events. That's how I started. And so she was like, no, Kyerra, this is your thing. You're good at this. You need to keep doing it. So shout out to Jay Nash. I shout her out every time I do an interview because I'm very blessed and grateful for her. Because I didn't know assisting was a thing. I didn't know it was a job. I didn't know it was a career. And she was able to show me the ropes and show me the ropes from the entertainment side, from how the industry can be to business side as well. Okay, Kyerra, save your money. Okay, entrepreneurship ain't what everybody think it is. You're going to have some good months. You're going to have some bad months. What you going to do in the bad month? What you going to do? And so she taught me all of those things, which is why I've been very blessed and grateful. And I told her I'm going to just keep moving. I'm going to keep pushing. I'm going to keep pushing because there be days. When I call my mama and say, hey, mama, I'm give up. This is too much. This is
today's my last day.
Today is my last day. I'm about to test every client I got. This is my 2 weeks. I'm out.
Oh my God.
And it's crazy. Every time I get to that point, a blessing happens.
Yeah.
And sometimes the blessing is not even to me. Sometimes the blessing be to my client. Kyerra, we just closed this deal. Or Kyerra, thanks to me, we opened up a new. And so when they open up new stuff or they get these new deals, I can't go anywhere because now it's like, Kyerra, we got more work to do.
Yeah.
So I don't end up leaving.
I think one of the interesting things that you said, which is kind of a really important thing in entrepreneurship, especially if you're at the very beginning of it, it's so exciting. One of the most important things is, okay, what am I going to call my business? Like you said, she challenged you to kind of like figure that part out firsthand.
It took about a month just to figure out a name.
So why Pearls and Cuffs?
So Pearls and Cuffs Assisting, I'm an AKA.
Okay.
And so I always loved pink, but my mother and my grandmother also AKAs.
Oh, wow.
And so I wanted it to be a name to where women knew it just wasn't for women. So pearls is an accessory to a woman's wardrobe. Mm-hmm. Cuffs comes from cuff links, which is an accessory to a male's wardrobe. Oh. My dad wore suits his entire life. Still wears a suit every single day.
Wow.
And so that's where I got cufflinks from, because my dad literally has a whole closet full, I swear, of cufflinks. Wow. And so he collected them. And I'm really close to my family, and I just used them. And I said, accessory. An assistant is an accessory to your life. It's an add-on to your life, your lifestyle. It's an add-on to your career. It's an add-on to your personal life. Because I don't just do administrative stuff.
Yeah.
I don't babysit the babies. I don't want to clean up some closets. I don't want to help you move in.
Yeah.
I've done it all. No, that's another thing. If you want to be an assistant, figure out what services you want to provide. Mm-hmm. For me, I don't do social media. Don't ask me to. I can't. I'm sorry. And the most I do for you is give you a social media calendar. Yeah. Social media is a whole nother job by itself, and it's just a headache.
Yep. And then once you do it once, it becomes like, oh, can you do it again? Can you do it this
way? Yeah. So, and these are lessons that I've learned over time. I started off doing everything because I just wanted to be in the field so bad. And then over time, I was like, why am I doing stuff for one I don't even like? And really, I'm not even that good at it. So, like, why? No. So, I figured out what services that I wanted to do. And one thing about being an entrepreneur, have your own business. You can change it up anytime you want to. So, some months, I do it all. Another month, I'm sorry.
I don't do
that service right now.
I cannot.
It just depends. But that's why I say, as of today, I'm just now starting to make it because of today. It changes. I learn a lesson every single day.
I need to take that. I'm taking that. Oh, I'm sorry.
Thanks to therapy, I've learned boundaries. Okay. I didn't have boundaries at first. Mm-hmm. Being an entrepreneur, you didn't have boundaries at first. You just hustle, grind, to where now you're burnt out and you still have nothing to show for it.
Yeah, that's true.
Versus Kyerra, you can still be successful and still put boundaries on it. Like in my head, when I first started off, I have to do everything. If not, I'm not a good assistant. But now today, as of July, I think today is the 19th, I know my worth. And I know that it's okay for me to say no. And I know that every client is not for me, and I'm okay with that. Yeah. Again, it takes time. It took a lot of time. We're in 2023. I told you I started 2018.
I love
There's growth there.
I'm interested to know because I think, what you do is just fascinating. Kind of take me through like a day in the life of an assistant. Walk me through kind of the processes and like just some of the typical things that you encounter, some of the fires that you put out, the troubleshooting that you have to do, and the things that you overcome in just like a typical day. So people can kind of get a grasp.
So no typical day is the same.
Okay.
Today I started my day at 5 a.m. because I was on a deadline for a client that had to be due at 8 a.m. But my grandmother is really sick, and so we ended up getting a devastating call yesterday, and so I completely shut down. And so I went into family mode, and so with that being said, I knew I had deadlines today, so being an entrepreneur, you do what you got to do. Okay, I'm going to go home, I'm going to sleep for about 2 hours, and then I'm going to get up and just start working. Yes, I worked from the bed, but I was still working. And so did that, ate breakfast, did a call, had meetings after meetings after meetings. I had a meeting at 12, then 1, got my makeup done at 4, came here, stayed in traffic, and now I'm here. I'm going to leave here. Mm-hmm. I'm going to do another call in the car on the way home to change clothes. And then I'm going to go to work. And then when I go to work, I'm going to do more work for my clients when I'm at work. That's just today. Yesterday, well, we're not going to talk about yesterday. The day before yesterday, typically I'll start my day at 8 a.m. with calls to clients. And then if you go on my Instagram, you'll see me working out while I'm still on the phone with the client.
Wow.
Because work doesn't necessarily stop. But I've had put boundaries on it now to where if you text me at 10, 11 o'clock at night, I'm not obligated to respond. I may respond because most of the time I'm up, but I'm not obligated to respond because I have to put a boundary on it. Just how you have family time or you dating or whatever else. You know, I'm trying to get married too at some point in my life. Yeah. So I gotta manage all that in there somewhere. So I have to put boundaries on it. I had to. And it's crazy too because when I first started out, I hated getting up in the morning.
I was gonna say 5 o'clock is early.
I hated it. Like I had a client. Oh my God, I used to be so mad. Like, bro, it's 6 o'clock in the morning. Like, what am I doing up? Like, go get your coffee. Like, I'm tired. Yeah. Like, I need coffee myself, and I don't even drink coffee. So we're like now, if I don't get up in the morning, I feel so unproductive. So it's crazy. Evolution. I've evolved.
Evolution. I love this evolution.
Because even in college, I didn't start classes till 12 o'clock.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I
was picked all the classes that was like 12.
12.
Starting at 12, 2, 4.
I'll do anything at night. I just never liked getting up in the morning.
That is so funny.
But now I feel very unproductive if I don't get up in the morning.
Yeah. I love how it shaped you. It shaped you so well that you're able to write a book about it. The Assistant's Playbook. How exciting. First of all, congratulations on being an author.
Thank you.
Wow, this is so cute.
Thank you.
Mastering the Art of Personal Concierge.
Yes.
Kyerra Weldon.
Because
so cute.
Again, it's mastering what's feasible for you. And it's a concierge service because you may not offer all the services that, you know, Ashley over here may also be a virtual assistant, but Ashley is only doing social media and calendar management. Versus me, I'm doing calendar management and I'm doing bookings and I'm doing your travel. And I also may run your errands and go grocery shopping, and pick up your child all the day in one day. So, you know, I tell people all the time, like, it's enough of us to go around. Yeah. I'm not selfish. If somebody DM me, need help with anything, you are only as good as your network, especially here in Atlanta. Yeah. So, yeah, I like to have fun. I like to have a good time. I like to give back.
Okay, so let's pull some stuff from the book.
Okay, let's do it.
And have you kind of expound on it. Okay? Let me see. Which one of these did I want to pick? Okay, let's pull something from Chapter 2, Assistance Etiquette. Okay. Okay, let's do... Ooh, this is a good one. Confidentiality and NDAs.
Oh, that is a major one. Yes. Do not work for any client or even for yourself without signing an NDA. An NDA is a non-disclosure agreement. That means basically anything my client tells me is between me and my client. If my client went and robbed a bank, bro, I swear to God, I'm not saying nothing until I'm put on the stand. Because I'm going to my grave with this information. Because and nowadays people be ready to take you to court in a heartbeat. That's true. So an NDA, don't do any work. It protects you and it also protects your client too. Because when you're being an assistant, especially starting off, the first 30 days are always the hardest. Because they're trying to figure out how you are and they're also trying to they're trying to see if they can trust you. Yeah. So that's the first step of them kind of trusting you. If you sign their NDA. Yeah. So yeah, NDAs are very serious.
That's a good
NDA. One. Make sure you get your NDA. Tell them to sign it.
Okay, let me pick another one. Okay, let's see. I'm gonna pull from chapter 3.
Okay.
Selecting the right client.
Ooh, selecting the right client. So this is something, again, that I've learned over time. It's because, like I said, starting off, I was just, anybody calling me, I was just doing it. No. Now, I want to get clients that make sense for me.
Yeah.
Who now understands that Kyerra is also human. Kyerra makes mistakes. But I also want to have clients that I can grow with. Too, like I already stated, I don't do clients in the same industry. It just cuts down on drama.
Yeah.
And it makes me more excited because I get to do multiple things. Like, oh, okay, they're in sports and I got acting, so I go to red carpet, but I go to a sports event, then I can go. It just makes it more fun for me too. So yeah, picking the right client. After you do a consultation, I think consultations are very important. Because it gives you, and me personally, I like to do face-to-face consultations because I like to see your face when I say certain things to pick up on those red flags, whether that nonverbal communication, like you telling me yeah, but your face is saying no. I want to know those things, and I like to interact with you and see, based off that consultation, if this is going to be a good fit for me. Yeah, both ends, from the client angle and me being an assistant angle. Like I said, it's okay if particular, and I've done a lot of times too where I refer other people. I don't have the bandwidth right now to do it. So yeah, right now picking the right client is the right client at the right time. Yeah, because you may be at that point starting off, you may not need a client who is like 10 all the time, all the time. You may need somebody who also never had an assistant, but they know they need help, and y'all start off small together, and y'all both learning. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I still have clients like that too, to where we're still both learning. I'm learning that particular industry. Yeah. And they've never had an assistant, but they know, like, oh my God, I'm overwhelmed. I need help now. So,
how big does energy play as a role? Like, because I think you're around this person so much, or you're, dealing with them so frequently. If the vibe is off, but you're also in contract with them, how do you navigate that? Maybe if you don't have alignment.
Energy, again, that's why those consultations are important. I want to see face to face, because I got to pray about it. If I do a consultation with you and I tell you we have a great meeting, I'm going to do a follow-up. Yeah. But I'm going to do a follow-up after I talk to God about it. That's because good. God going to let me know what's up. And God might say, Kyerra, you can help them, but only do like a 2-month contract with them. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's okay. It's okay. But no, energy is a big thing for me. Personality is a big thing for me, and loyalty. Because I'm very loyal to my clients. So if I'm loyal to you, I expect you to be loyal to me. Don't go and have 3 other assistants that I don't know nothing about. Like, don't do that, bro. Like, that's irritating. Because most of the time,
happened? It sounds like that's happened.
Because it hasn't happened, but they'll have a team. And that's why I like to be accountability for stuff. Because you'll have a team, leave it to the assistants to go and fix something down somebody else on messed up. Versus, you could just let me do it from jump, and now we wouldn't have been in a situation. Yeah. Like sometimes, one of my clients, when she said that she's gonna laugh because she knows exactly who she is, she likes to go and be grown and like book her own travel and then call me because she's like, Kyerra, can you like change it? I made a mistake. Why did you do that? Why did you just call me and tell me so I could book your flight? We wouldn't be in this. You know what I'm saying? You're making more work for me for no reason. But yeah, so
I love it.
Clients now, they're like my family. They're like, they're my babies until I have babies of my own. But they're babies / family.
I love it.
They get invited to the cookouts and everything too.
Okay, let me pull one more.
Okay.
This is so good. I'm already like, I'm just skimming through it, and the information that you have or that you're going to kind of unravel throughout the book is very, very informational.
Because it's for anybody who you may not want to be an assistant, but you want to start your own business. I literally have the NDA and the contract templates in the book for you. Like, you literally can copy it. Well, you'll figure out how you're going to copy it, but it's in there for you to do what you need to emulate
and pull from.
Right.
Okay, so I just want to pull from this one because I think this is cool. Maintaining me, especially with the specific industry that you're in. Okay, so this chapter is called Maintaining Me, and then one of the categories in here is sleep. Talk about that and why it's important.
So Maintaining Me was one of the last chapters that we added because during that particular time we were writing the book, I was getting sick. Because I wasn't taking care of myself. I was ripping and running that I was eventually just wore down.
Wow.
And so maintaining me is one, taking self-care, having a self-care day. For me, self-care is sleeping. That's fun for me.
It's fun for me.
I don't get a lot of it. There's people in this room right now shaking their head because they know I do not sleep.
Yeah.
And therapy. Therapy was another big one for me that I added because when I am under NDA, I can't go and vent to my mama or my girlfriend or a boyfriend or whoever that I'm stressed out, or I'm stressed out because I can't tell these people business. I'm on NDA. So, but I can go to therapy and I can just talk and not tell no names and vent and figure out the best way for me to maneuver through a particular situation. Because it is high energy sometimes. It is very stressful in certain situations. Luckily for me, it's not always stressful because I love what I do.
Yeah.
But yes, there are times when I have high anxiety. And I don't, my therapist say I have high anxiety, but I'm not going to claim that. But there are situations where I have anxiety and I have high stress and I have to just go in a little corner, woosah, talk to God and be like, okay. And sometimes that high stress, I just need a 15-minute nap.
Wow. Okay.
And that does it. 15-minute nap.
That does it.
Yeah, because I need to shut my brain down. My brain been all over the place. But me, when I'm sleeping, I'm sleeping. I'm not like those people who like be sleeping but still thinking like about 15 other things in their brain when they sleep. Yeah. That's not me. When I'm asleep, I'm asleep. I hear the phone ring, I'm an answer, but I'm asleep.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm asleep.
I love that. So 2 questions. I do want to ask you, writing a book, because I hear so many different stories when it comes to doing this process, in general.
The process.
What with this particular book, the Assistant's Playbook, what would you say was your biggest takeaway after writing it?
Finishing it. Finishing it and being proud of it.
Yeah.
Because I was still assisting. So my project sometimes goes on the back burner because I'm worried about my clients and I'm worried about all these other things that they have to do, that I'm like, oh, my project, it'll get done. So I'm constantly pushing my stuff off until at some point, which is why I love my publisher and my mentor, because she had me on deadlines.
Yeah.
I don't have no choice. Kyerra, you stay up all night doing your homework for your clients, and you're going to need to stay up all night and write these chapters. All right.
Get it done. So the follow through with it.
Getting it done.
Wow. It's here. It's in my hand.
Yes.
That's exciting. Congratulations to that.
Thank you.
There's one thing, too, that you mentioned I think, could serve as value to the people watching, that you've been very outspoken with going to therapy and doing the self-work, right? Talk to me a little bit about what that has been and how it's contributed to the success in your entrepreneurship.
Therapy has helped me a lot in multiple ways, and not just personal, but businesses too. Personal as far as I was in a toxic, for lack of a better word, in a toxic relationship that I should have got out of a long time ago. And I decided to stay because learning curves. And so that was the reason why I went to therapy. But therapy has taught me how to different exercises and things I can do as far as breathing when I'm stressed out. And I use the same things with my clients. One of my clients does speaking and she still gets nervous. Wow. We're gonna breathe in, we're gonna breathe out, we're gonna go in the quiet room, we're gonna close our eyes, take a big like certain things that we do that helps that I've learned from therapy. Wow. And just being able to use therapy to vent. Yeah. And just get it off. Because it's a lot on these shoulders sometimes. It's a lot weighing down on these shoulders. Because again, being a personal assistant, you have your client, I have my life, and I still have my family life. My mama's still calling, depending on me, my brother, my dad, nieces, nephews, whoever. So all these things have to play a part. It helps me time manage, and it forces me to do my me time. Yes. Because I have to do my therapy homework. Like, I have a therapy tomorrow, and I have homework that I have not done, but I'm going to get it done.
You're going to get it done.
Yep. You're going to get done.
Because you're good at getting it done. You're the queen of getting it done.
Yes. You got to. Ooh, hashtag get it done.
Hashtag
I'm gonna
get
use
it
that
done.
one today. Hashtag get it done.
I love it. That needs to be a chapter in the next book. Get it done.
You know, you're just like the third person y'all keep telling me about this next
it's
book.
coming.
I need to sell the first one, then we can start talking about the second one, y'all. Let me sell this first one.
Well, this particular position, like I said earlier, is kind of like an unsung hero position. With the different clients that you may have or that other people in the space might have, is feeling a sense of not being really valuable to the client and not feeling like you are valued. And like you said, making coffee and doing all these things that seem minute and not like huge contributions to the client. Talk to me about that, how you were able to kind of find your worth with a job that maybe is not necessarily celebrated by the client.
Wow. That is like a huge question. For one, it took time, but I also had to realize I'm doing it for me and not them. And I'm on this journey. This is how God's putting me here to serve. And he's putting me here to make this coffee, to babysit for some reason. Whatever that reason is, I don't know, but this is why God put me here. And I just keep thinking to myself, this is where I'm starting. This is not where I'm going to finish. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm on a journey. It's like I'm writing another book. I'm literally chapter by chapter by chapter. So me always thinking I'm going to go higher. There's a bigger purpose. And thanks to my family, they make me feel important, even when my clients don't.
Yeah.
I love my brother, my mom, my dad, my friends. Boyfriend, they all keep me motivated to where when I'm having those days I'm down, my mama know. My mama's the only person who knows more than anybody else. I cry almost about every 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And I'm a Cancer. Y'all just had a birthday. So I'm a Cancer. Y'all know I'm a crybaby. I'm real sensitive. So I just have to take deep breaths and have to breathe and know it's a bigger cause. It's a bigger cause. It's a bigger cause. It's a bigger cause because there is somebody who looks like me, who was younger than me, who doesn't know where they fit in. And this is going to be probably the way they can fit in.
Yeah, I love that.
And make a difference. I wanted to figure out a way how I can make a difference in my own way and leave a legacy for my children. Like my niece, Kennedy, literally goes to events with me. My clients know her now because she has helped me get to this point because she's always helping and willing to help me. So leaving a legacy.
Yeah, I love that.
Looking at the bigger picture and not necessarily right then and when I'm making a coffee. It's a bigger picture. And sometimes I do get the gratification from a client. They'll say, you know what, Kyerra, thank you so much. You don't know, you making that coffee had me on edge and you took the edge off. Like, we never know what people are going through until they tell us. And so I just use all of that and pray about it.
I love it. One of the things that you just said that stuck out to me is that you know that you're going higher.
Yeah.
Okay? So here's to going higher.
Yes! Cheers to that! I claimed that. I received that one. Yes, higher.
I love it. Okay, so if people want to buy it, speaking of selling it, if people want to buy the book, what's the best way for them to be able to do that and reach you if they want to get the mentorship that you provide with really teaching people how to navigate the space of being an assistant?
Yes, so you can purchase the book on my website, which is www.pearlsandcuffs.com. You also can follow me on Instagram at Key the Assistant, Kee the Assistant. Yes, I check all my DMs. Yes, it is me you're talking to, not somebody else. I comment, I respond. You can email me, Kyerra@pearlsandcuffs.com. The book is also sold at Books A Million, Barnes & Nobles, Walmart, and Amazon. So you can purchase it at any of those places.
Wow. Congratulations.
Get it from my website, though. You get it signed. Because Walmart and Books A Million, they not signing nothing. I'll sign it for you, though.
Yeah, that part. I love it. Well, thank you so much for coming on the show. I want you to kind of like say before we go, maybe for people who are thinking about being in the niche that you are in this space, what words of encouragement, maybe even cautions that you would give them prior to joining in the assistant atmosphere?
But first, I want to say thank you for having me.
Thank you.
You're super dope.
Thank you.
Make sure y'all follow her on all of her social media.
Yeah, follow me.
But I will say well, for me, I always put God first. I know sometimes people have other religions, things of that nature. Put whoever you believe in first. 2, follow your gut. And don't necessarily fall into the norms of society or the norms of, for me personally, I had to learn that it's okay to go on my own pace and my own journey and not use Instagram, because Instagram, I have you so depressed and so sad because you're like, I'm not where this person is. It doesn't matter. You're on your own race and your own journey. You get there whenever you get there. Just make sure you stay positive, you smile, and have fun while you're doing it.
I love it. That's it, man. I mean, you did an incredible job. And I wish you continued success. I'm so glad that you did this. I'm excited for the next book that you're writing.
Ooh, you're in the second book.
The second book that y'all writing. Y'all tap into what she's got going on. If you want to learn how to be an extraordinary personal assistant, look into everything that she has, her websites, the books, her page. Follow up with her, and then I think you're on your path to success.
Yes.
Thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you for having me.
Girl.
I had so much fun.
Me too.
This was fun.
Peace.